Holy Spirit of God, which part of the chosen one's mind and spirit needs healing today? I do not judge others, and I do not let others judge me. It's important to understand rather than to judge, to forgive and to be more loving. That was the first reading today about self-love. But in essence, this is saying, seek to understand. Those that oppressed you were oppressed because the oppressed becomes the oppressor. What you did was break generational curses and cycles. You experienced the same as them, but you responded differently. And therein you broke generational curses because it's up to 7 generations, something like that. If your sin will fall down to 7 generations. And I guess you're the 7th one because it makes no sense. Your ancestors' actions makes no sense to you. Therefore, you could not respond in the same way. You sought understanding versus judgment. I always remember that I am a spiritual being. Your true essence is your soul, which is eternal and exists in an ocean of love. You are not your body. I am a student of Dr. Wayne Dyer, and I've been listening to one of his meditations at night, and the opening line is, I am pure spirit. I've always been, and I always will be. And I've been listening to this perhaps for more than 8 years, I know. Well, quite a long time, and maybe 20 years ago I read some of his books, and I have a poetry book of his. My favorite one is by Sir Edward Dyer. My mind to me a kingdom is, such treasures therein I find. So, the reason you enjoy a supernatural life is because you are not living from the flesh. You are living from your spirit. A quantum being where all possibilities exist simultaneously and you can choose. It's like the void. Nothing materially, all things potentially. The world is your oyster because you are divinely aligned to your spirit. I listen to others without criticism or judgment. Make the space between you and another a sanctuary so that the other person can speak safely. Now, this is your first nature. You always create a safe space for people to be themselves, to express themselves. Yesterday, a counselor came up. You're a natural counselor. People gravitate towards you. Strangers speak to you. They tell you all their business in 5 minutes, and you maybe say 3 words, and their life changes. Yet no one has done this for you. No human being. That's because that space is reserved for you and the divine. You are the channel, the medium, the conduit for divine guidance. That's why this comes naturally to you. Up until you recently, you did not want to judge. because you believe that is for the Lord. But now you realize you will be ruling over nations, and judgment is critical, and you execute divine judgment. It's not name calling, degrading, belittling. It's not as meaningless as that. When you do judge, it's with the intention to bring about positive change, redressing wrong actions, rebuilding, strengthening and securing and fortifying, not just yourself, but all those who come in contact with you too.